One of the best ways to start off investing into real estate is getting into tax deed properties. They are low price properties that can yield you some great results, and they're easy to find. Each county has auctions, and with these auctions, you are able to bid, you are able to go around, and you are able to go through and see these properties, research these properties, and get to understand them better. So today we're going to be talking about why it is easy to invest into these small price properties. One, if you're able to invest into something this cheap, your turnaround and your gains can be significant rather than investing into a property that costs much more, and it will be hard for you to get loans and approval and things of that nature. Starting off with these lower price properties can yield you great results. And it starts with a small investment up front. So we're talking about $5,000 and beneath. Going to auction and you have a certain amount that you don't want to go over and that you want to use, even if it's cash, you're able to still be able to buy in one of these properties and still be able to get one of these properties that you're researching. Each auction is going to be different, and each down payment is going to be different for you. And with your investment, you're going to be able to see that you're able to invest into different areas if you want to buy one of these properties. So sometimes it's going to be land, sometimes it's going to be homes. With the land properties, you want to make sure that they are the correct value for you to buy. So you want to be make sure that they're in residential places, or that it's somewhere that you can build and not have to be constricted on what you can do. So you want to look for land properties that that are in residential areas that you can build homes on, mobile homes, container homes, things of that nature that will yield you money in the future. You will also be able to get profits from renting them out, from giving them out to people and flipping the profits over, or just building something and then selling it. Making sure that your property lines are correct, going through and making sure that what you're investing in is actually what you're looking for. So if you're going to buy a land or you're going to buy a property, you want to make sure that this property is actually what exactly you're looking at. So you want to check different websites, you want to check multiple websites, and then you want to really check with the property appraisers. The appraisers are going to give you every single thing that you need to know, but you check the other websites just to compare and make sure that the information is all done correctly. And once you check and you make sure this information is all done correctly, you get your top 2 or 3 properties that you want to bid on, and then you take it to auction. And if you win one, then you can step away with one property, or if you lose one, you can continue to bid and continue to see where you're able to win a property at, or what properties fit best for you and your investments. You want to make sure and check for any extra liens that are on these properties. It's going to be easy to buy the properties, so when you buy them, you want to make sure that the owner didn't owe anything on it. And most likely this will be for homes. So when you get liens against the homes, for instance, construction liens, mortgage liens, you want to make sure if you were to buy a property that was a home, you want to make sure that if there wasn't a surplus amount for extra money, that it covered it. And because if it did not cover it, then you would have to pay what the balance was, depending on where you are and depending on the rules and the natures of each lien and each tax lien and each property that you buy. But if a property has extra liens on it and what it is bought for does not cover it, most likely you will have to pay. You want to make sure that that the properties don't get redeemed. So if you're going to auction and you have your 2 or 3 properties that you're looking at, and the properties are something that you're very interested in, you want to look at them and make sure that these properties aren't being redeemed, because now they will be off the market and they will be back to the previous owner that whose property it was. But if it doesn't go to the redemption phase and it makes it through the redemption phase, then you want to start looking into how much you will have to invest or who else is looking into it. And then you want to pay attention to the bids and make sure that you're on when it starts, so that you have that upper hand to be able to bid. Number 2, there's just no easier way to buy land than to buy it from tax deed auctions. You can check around, you can check anywhere you want, but there is no easier way to buy land than from tax auctions. If you're looking for off-market price opportunities, this is best for you. And when you look around and you check different places and you check different things, you will understand why this is so much of a valuable asset to have and why it's value to invest into tax deed properties. And a lot of times you'll see a lot of people who do invest into these properties are able to resell them or flip them because they bought it at such a cheaper rate, probably 70 to 90% off of what it originally would cost. They're just making money off of these properties. You want to prepare to be able to purchase this property. So if you have properties that you like and you check the price for them and you understand what the amounts are and how much you need and everything about the property, you've checked the property lines, you've checked the property appraiser to make sure that all of this stuff is good. You want to make sure that you now have enough so that you can do the down payment and then you can do the full payment on what the property is. Now, if you are interested in a property and multiple people are interested, you have to make sure that you are able to pay what you're bidding. And if the bid goes over what you have, you should step away, because in certain counties they give you 1 to 3 chances if you bid on something and don't pay, but they will restrict you from being able to bid again and being able to auction again for 1 month, a year, or permanently, depending on which counties it is. So you want to be very intentional about how you're going about purchasing these properties and bidding on these properties and the amount of money you actually have. So if it exceeds what you're wanting to bid, you should not be doing it. Your down payment will probably be very cheap, something like a few $100 compared to what you will be paying when you go buy a bigger investment like a house or a building or apartment building. These things you can find at these auctions. You can find really cheap properties for such a low value, and the down payment is significantly cheaper. Why would you not want to do so? So when you're looking at tax deed properties, know exactly what you're looking for, know exactly the type of land you're looking for, if you're looking for a land property or a home property, and then you want to know exactly how much money you have to spend so you can know how much you're going to bid for. Thank you guys.